The prow slices through the waves like a knife through butter. The salty spray hits their faces like a splash of cold water. They are setting sail, leaving their cozy homes behind.
Meet the Vikings, the rock stars of the sea. Their long ships, sleek and fierce, are the Ferraris of the ancient world. They're on a quest for new lands, treasures, and epic adventures. The Vikings were more than just raiders. They were the ultimate multitaskers. Skilled craftsmen, savvy traders, and fearless explorers, hailing from Scandinavia, a land of frosty winters and rugged beauty. Their longships were the speedboats of their time, conquering both rivers and seas. Their shipbuilding skills were legendary, allowing them to outpace everyone else. Their saga is one of bravery, grit, and an unquenchable thirst for discovery.
The Vikings were a resourceful and practical people, always up to something cool. Their lives were a perfect blend of land and sea adventures. They were master farmers, growing crops like barley, oats, and rye. And let's not forget their livestock. Sheep, goats, and cattle were part of the family.
Craftsmanship was like their superpower. They were blacksmith wizards, creating epic weapons, tools, and jewelry. Woodworking was their jam, building everything from houses to mighty ships. Viking women rocked at weaving, making clothes, blankets, and sails. The Vikings were also super into their mythology and beliefs. They worshipped legendary gods like Odin, Thor, and Freya.
As the Viking population boomed, so did their hunger for resources. But oh no, land for farming was scarce in Scandinavia. This pushed the Vikings to get creative in supporting their ever-growing communities. The promise of riches and lush, fertile land pulled them southward.
The Vikings were all about that warrior life. Young lads were trained early in the art of combat. They mastered swords, axes, and spears like pros. Their longships, perfect for raiding and warfare, gave them a serious edge in battle. The Vikings' fierce warrior reputation spread like wildfire across Europe. They became legends for their lightning-fast raids on coastal settlements.
The Vikings weren't just about swinging swords and raiding villages. They were also shrewd traders and masterful merchants. They built trade networks that spanned Europe and beyond, like a medieval Amazon. Their legendary longships, capable of hauling massive loads, were the Viking version of cargo planes. From the east, they brought back luxurious silk, exotic spices, and shiny silver. Bling for the Viking bling bling. From the west, they traded in rich furs, sturdy timber, and even slaves. Talk about a diverse portfolio.
The Vikings were sharp negotiators, always on the lookout for the best deals. Like ancient bargain hunters, their trading ventures brought them immense wealth and access to rare goods, making them the original globetrotters. They braved the treacherous North Atlantic, setting up settlements in Iceland, Greenland, and even North America. Talk about adventurous. Their daring voyages of discovery pushed the boundaries of the known world, making them the ultimate explorers. The Vikings were the ultimate sea adventurers. With a deep understanding of the stars, winds, and currents, they navigated their long ships across vast distances, all without modern gadgets. Talk about impressive.
One of their coolest inventions was the sunstone. This magical crystal helped them find the sun's position, even on the cloudiest days. With the sunstone in hand, the Vikings could stay on course, no matter what Mother Nature threw at them. They also had a knack for using landmarks, birds, and even whale behavior to guide their epic journeys. Their arrival in North America, centuries before Columbus, showcases their daring spirit, incredible skills, and unquenchable thirst for adventure. Meet the chieftain, or Jarl, the ultimate boss of the clan. He was the go-to guy for keeping everyone safe and sound. And guess what? Viking women were total trailblazers for their time. They could own property, inherit wealth, and even kick their husbands to the curb if they wanted. These fierce ladies were involved in everything from farming and crafting to raiding and trading. Vikings were the original party animals. They loved storytelling, music, and feasting. Picture this: a great hall filled with people sharing epic tales of gods and heroes, all while jamming to some tunes. Religion was like the glue that held Viking culture together. Narrator: Viking society was all about family and clan. Loyalty to your kin was the name of the game.
The Viking Age, like all epic sagas, eventually reached its final chapter. By the 11th century, the once mighty Vikings saw their power start to fade. As they blended into European societies, the Vikings shared their rich culture, fascinating traditions, and even their bloodlines. But the Viking spirit of exploration, adventure, and resilience, that lived on like a legend. Several forces combined to bring about their decline. Climate change brought colder temperatures to Scandinavia, making farming a real challenge. Meanwhile, European kingdoms got their act together and became better at defending against Viking raids. And let's not forget Christianity, which gradually won over the Vikings, changing their world forever. The Vikings may have sailed into the mists of time, but their epic legacy still makes waves in our world today. From thrilling sagas and legendary myths passed down through generations to jaw-dropping archaeological finds, the Vikings continue to captivate our imaginations.
Their influence is etched into our language, with cool words like berserk, skull, and knife tracing back to Viking roots. Their insatiable thirst for exploration and adventure still inspires us to push the boundaries of what's possible.
Today, the Vikings are often glamorized in pop culture, portrayed as noble savages or fierce warriors. While this image is entertaining, it's crucial to remember that the Vikings were a complex and multifaceted people. They were farmers, fishermen, craftsmen, traders, explorers, and yes, even raiders. The Viking Age may be over, but their epic tale continues to echo through the ages.